Good evening. I'm Dana Tyler. Tonight, we're talking about the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11. 5 Dallas police officers ambushed as they worked a peaceful protest in Dallas last night. 7 other officers were wounded, as well as 2 civilians. The shooter was eventually killed by a robot equipped with explosives. And we just learned police found bomb-making materials and a book on combat tactics in the gunman's home. We begin our coverage tonight with CBS 2's Dan Haggerty, live in Dallas. Dan.
Yeah, and the disbelief has started to wear off a little bit here in this community. Grief now starting to set in, along with some glimmers of hope, as you can see with the memorial growing behind me, larger every moment here outside of police headquarters, a showing of support that officers here tell me they need now more than they ever have before. A hail of bullets aimed at Dallas police officers, killed 5, wounded 7, plus 2 civilians.
We're hurting. Our profession is hurting. Dallas officers are hurting. We are heartbroken.
The shooter, 25-year-old Micah Xavier Johnson of Mesquite, Texas, believed to be the man seen here firing at officers. He was a private first class in the Army Reserve. Shots rang out as the peaceful protest against the killings of 2 black men in Louisiana and Minnesota was ending just before 9 p.m. Thursday.
Very rapid fire.
Officers eventually negotiated with Johnson. He repeatedly told them
He wanted to kill white people, especially white officers.
Killed were 43-year-old Brent Thompson, the first Dallas area rapid transit officer to die in the line of duty, and 32-year-old Patrick Zamarripa, a veteran of 3 tours in Iraq. The other officers have not yet been publicly identified.
Today I come to One Police Plaza to stand with law enforcement to say this. Last night's killer acted with a depraved misbelief that the murder of police officers solves the problem.
A prayer service today sought to offer condolence and the hope that this city and country can find the power to heal.
We sought to bring about racial reconciliation in our city, bringing pastors and leaders together. We've done some good work, but we've got work to do.
But for the daughter of wounded officer Misty McBride, a prayer of a different sort was answered last night.
I said I love you, and I'm glad you're here.
And while those stories of survival are being told, they are being overshadowed by stories of the lives lost and the investigation into who's to blame. Reporting live in Dallas, Dan Haggerty, CBS 2 News.
Dan, I know you've been on this story around the clock. You were at the hospital last night and interviewed Officer McBride's daughter. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, that little girl at the end of the piece there, standing outside of the hospital talking to us while her mother is recovering from multiple gunshot wounds. And we started to wonder, how could she have such poise, such maturity at just 10 or 12 years old in a situation like that? And then we started to learn a little bit more about her mom, the DART officer who was shot, and a picture of her in her uniform with a vest that had WW right in the front for Wonder Woman. Dana.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Dan Haggerty in Dallas. Officer McBride, an officer with DART, as Dan said, the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. We appreciate your work. Thank you, Dan.